Yes!
We're back.
We're back. Drinkwater Podcast. Might have to turn the music off. We're going to get demonetized. But yeah, we're back. Drinkwater Podcast. New little setup.
Powerade.
Shout out to Powerade. Did I get my water? My water's actually up here.
There it is.
Podcast has started. I'm already getting up.
Just spent 2 hours setting up.
It did take a while. Yeah, nice little setup. Hopefully the laptop. We're sponsored by Apple as well.
Shout out Steve Jobs, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
But
Steve.
never forgotten.
R.I.P. Steve Jobs. Fit Nutrition. Yeah, these are our sponsors for the day. I feel like I'm very low on this chair.
Pull it up a bit. It's got the little thing.
I think this is all the way it goes.
So what was my question? EDM music is oversaturated throughout all music scenes.
Yeah, so
In the world.
you have an issue with dance music.
Yes. I don't have an issue with it, but I think it's just oversaturated and it's becoming too much.
It's definitely true. The big reason why that is the case is because it's so easy to make.
Yeah. What? So more people are making that than other types of
Everyone
music.
can make it. Yeah.
Right.
It's so easy to kind of be like, oh, here's a fun little soul sample, add some kicks.
So you're saying that a
claps.
DJ will have all his friends make music and they're like, play my song.
Yeah.
And out of all those friends, they all make EDM music.
Yeah. They all make dance music.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
It's so easy to make. Even when it comes to rap and stuff like that, there's a certain element of putting yourself out there, being a little bit more vulnerable compared to making dance music. You're so separated.
Oh, of course.
You can be a 60-year-old man and put out like a hit dance track and no one's going to judge you.
Yeah.
It's not like the Pete and Bass thing where it's going to become a niche if you start rapping. But yeah, you can literally be
Anyone can do it.
60 years old and be like, no, I know.
4 years old.
You could be literally like 10 years old and have a hit song.
Probably not 4, yeah.
I think, probably some of the... maybe not 4. Probably, like, you're looking around 12 years old.
Yeah,
You've got the potential very easily to make a hit song.
So it's just because DJs want to support local artists?
No, it's because of the formula of dance music is so... I guess, it's so formulaic.
Right.
It's so easy to make that literally a 12-year-old can make it. If they have a fun idea that they can kind of dance to, everyone else is probably going to feel the same.
Yeah, definitely.
That's like that song that I just played there.
Right.
That's the perfect example of probably the most simple dance sort of production structure.
Do you think it makes it a bit boring though? At all these clubs, people are a bit bored, unfulfilled.
People are a bit...
Want something else to be played.
Want something else. And that's the thing when you are a DJ or at a lot of these clubs, it is about taking people on a journey. It's about
It's not about their enjoyment, it's about what you want to listen to.
It's about educating the people about what music can possibly be. I think a true DJ wants to send a message across.
Yeah.
It sounds so...
No, I
ridiculous.
agree. I would agree with that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's so ridiculous. But the best DJs
I think that's
a
pretty boring message that you're trying to send.
No, it's showing the possibilities of music.
A very
emotion.
minute possibility.
No, it shows.
Don't you think just repeating the same genre over and over and over with no lyrics, not much substance? You've explained no one can really do it. There's not much talent involved. Isn't that a bit boring and oversaturated?
No, not if it's done correctly. You can have a bad DJ that's, let's say, playing a Spotify playlist of like dance hits 2022. Yeah. Someone could go to a club and do that. That would be pretty boring.
Right.
A good DJ would be like, okay, here's like the biggest dance song now. Do you know that the bass line is borrowed from this 2010s track?
Do you think people would have more or less fun?
Yeah.
Let's say, even just say an average house party.
Yeah.
If they were playing like Rihanna, back-to-back classics that everyone knows. Please don't stop the music.
Yeah.
All that genre.
Yeah.
People would have more fun to that, or a really good DJ playing some EDM. Who do you think is going to dance more, have more fun, have a more memorable night?
I would possibly say if it... No, it is.
No.
Literally, I want to have this debate because I've seen this. I'm involved again. I'm a DJ, so I've been to all these different types of gigs.
I'm a DJ.
Yeah, you're a DJ. You're an up-and-coming DJ.
I'm a Spotify DJ. I'm a proud Spotify DJ.
That's good. That's good.
I'm good at it.
You mentioned you were at a party.
I'll drop the music. I'll bring down the volume.
Yeah.
anything on the laptop. You got any brought it. Oh, it's fun.
You're the guy. You're the guy in the crowd being like, "Bro, play this, bro, Pitbull, bro, Rihanna. We found love in the hopeless place. We found love in the hopeless place."
That's a bad song.
It's not. It's a great song.
I don't like that song. I don't think it's a hit.
This is the thing with being a DJ. You have to have a separation between you, what you like, and what you think the people would like.
That's where I get.
And this
I
is
think
where...
people is. Gotta be careful here.
No, go.
Most people don't know what they like.
Yeah. And you have to really read a crowd for that reason.
Yeah.
And this is like from DJing. It's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
The mixing,
I think that's like, sorry to interrupt. But
Yeah,
that's people don't know what they like.
Yeah.
So when they listen to EDM, they're okay. It doesn't bother them because they don't even really know what they want to listen to. If you gave them the option, they'll be like, I don't know what to play. That's why you're doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not DJ. I don't know what I want to listen to. I want to pay a professional who's getting a commission from every drink I buy to play me beautiful music.
I want to
dance to and have a fun Friday, Saturday night.
I would say there's a big difference between EDM...
Or in the club on a Tuesday.
In the club on a Tuesday, the Makona song. There is a big difference between a DJ just playing EDM music and like a dance club. Or a club that plays dance music, house music. There's a big difference like between EDM and house.
I put them all together when I say EDM.
Yeah, and that's where...
That kind of music. Electronic. No...
Because this is the thing, I feel... Because you're not involved...
I know it comes up... Yeah, okay, so
it's a bit
clarify,
ignorant.
I mean by EDM, house, techno, every
single... You could call it, dance music.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
all dance music.
All dance music is the same.
Yeah.
But there's so many different subgenres.
It's oversaturated and it's not as fun.
The thing is, certain genres of dance music really aren't oversaturated.
Let's get into some conspiracies.
Yeah, no,
Real
let's go.
quickly.
Yeah, let's go.
I just thought of this on the spot.
Yeah.
Is there a push from the... What's the word that people use?
Big. Oh, from the man or from the government?
From the government.
Yeah.
From the gov.
Yeah.
Gov.com.
Yeah.
To push mindless, brain-numbing music to stop thoughts.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Because I just don't get it. I'm like, I see all these videos, I walk past clubs. Sometimes when I go to clubs, go to parties, and it's just like, I know what they're going to play. 100%, without a doubt. I know what they're going to play.
Yeah.
And every single time they play it, I'm like,
Because you're going to a bad club where... Because you have this idea, I DJ get pretty trash clubs where I can basically be mindless.
Yeah.
You just play, there are probably 60 songs you can play, and it's guaranteed you're going to be the best night ever. People are going to go crazy, everyone's going to have a great time, everyone's going to buy drinks, everyone's going to be up and dancing, like, yeah, but they're not being challenged. And you can play those same songs week after week after week after week, and that's where I think...
I would agree.
Yeah.
To break it up, chuck some stuff in.
What happens to break it up and you chuck something in, they're like, I don't know this one. Boo! Put on some Rihanna, bro. Put on some Rihanna.
So you need to keep the attention.
You have to keep the attention, and this is where I think that like kind of more niche house music is important because you have the classics like the Rihannas, the Chris Browns, the Abbas, the stuff that people like to dance to. But it's always going to work. It's not challenging. You're kind of stuck in the past compared to, hey, here's this brand new track that's kind of playing around with some soul elements. It's kind of reinventing this sound that may have been forgotten.
Yeah.
Let's throw on this. People who really appreciate music will hear that song and be like, what? Oh my gosh, like he's bringing in like a UK jungle track, kind of done very differently, done kind of in a modern way. They'd be like, I can't even believe it. This subgenre means so much to a certain group of people in London.
Yeah.
Or you could have like, oh, this guy's doing like a Detroit techno track, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's kind of bringing that sound that was so big in the black community.
By the sounds of it, it sounds like you're saying it's too easy to play songs that everyone loves.
Yeah.
And you can't mix it up because people love those songs too much.
Yeah.
And they would get bored if you put on something which isn't one of those songs.
Yeah, they're going to stop dancing. But there's also different clubs. There's clubs that you could play. You could try to put on a Rihanna song. If you put it on too early, definitely, or something like that, they're going to be like, what is he doing? Why are you playing this cheesy
7
stuff?
o'clock, but I'm still having dinner.
Yeah. Or not even like, I came here to listen to some cool music.
Yeah.
I came here to be cool.
Oh,
I
of
came
course.
here to
If
kind of listen
if
to the
you've
cool
gone to
stuff.
a dance music club,
Yeah.
and you're expecting dance music,
Yeah. I think that's where...
but it seems like every single nightclub and party is a dance music club now.
Dance music
And that's
is...
I'm just finding it very boring. I think most people are bored. And I think everyone's lying to themselves. That's the point I'm just trying to get across. I think most people are bored. They don't even really know why they're bored. And yeah.
Dance music is on a rise. A huge rise. It's probably...
You sound like an early Bitcoin investor.
No, I do. Dance music right now is on the rise. And if anyone wants to
By
jump on the train-
2032, it's all that will be played.
But yeah, you see the two biggest artists in the world release dance albums. Drake and Beyonce. Complete dance albums. When in the past they've released R&B, hip-hop. Now they've both kind of been like, okay, no, we're going with... Dance music seems to be on the rise. We're going to release dance albums right now. They got trashed. People don't really like or understand dance music. That's why it's so difficult. And I feel you do potentially fall into that group. Everyone hated Drake because it's like, this is rubbish. This is like
I
mindless
showed
music.
you his song from that album, which I
Yeah,
love.
that you liked.
It's one of my favorite songs. It's not about the beat. It's about there's no soul in it. No one's singing. No one's... It's just my brain numbing robot music.
But they are
That
singing.
sounds like AI computer generated.
Right.
Hypnotizing almost. There's nothing... You don't even know what it is.
What it is, it's taking from
Is that
something... Yeah, I think there's a protest going on in the streets. I don't think they agree with you.
Yeah,
They're actually...
Oh my God, look at them.
They're coming to say... Yeah, no, there is a lot to... It is basically impossible to open that door. Yeah, we're live from the city right now. You're going to be hearing a little bit of a protest going on. And I think
Burning
there's a...
across. Ku Klux Klan in Sydney.
Freedom of speech, though, bro.
If you think that, you should be allowed to think that.
They're trying to ban Andrew Tate. It's like, yeah, he's been banned already. It's like, let's ban him some more.
I swear they're holding like CCP flags.
Oh, they probably are. That happens a lot. There are a lot of Taiwanese protesters.
But then it also looks like the United Australia Party mixed in.
Yeah, because it's a bunch of hipsters.
Yeah.
Who are like saying, yeah, free Taiwan, we hate
Yeah.
China, which is hilarious.
We just lost all our
Ah, no, we lost
Chinese
it.
viewers.
Yeah. So where were we? Oh yeah. So you think it's kind of this mindless, soulless genre of music?
Yes, I do.
What it's doing, it's borrowing from the most soulful and the most kind of meaningful songs that are out there and taking a little part of that and kind of giving people a tease.
And I just think it's very boring. Yeah.
What would happen? Let's say you could listen to an artist like...
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just the weird one there who's bored and not having fun and would prefer another song.
Probably not having good DJs, in all honesty.
Maybe.
You're probably not going to events with really good DJs. Then that happens. I've gone to events with DJs that basically have changed my life. And I would say I'm a big music fan as well.
I've
seen
think
DJs
most people are music fans.
But really caring about it, really doing the research.
Right.
Like, if you like a genre of music, you're trying to understand where this came from.
Yep, yep.
Who were the people involved? Why? Why did it come? And what was it kind of in response to? Oh yeah, they're still going.
AP.
So what is it? There's a protest going on outside. What are they saying? If you can kind of pick up a little bit. But yeah, what
Mumbling, you can't even understand what they're saying.
Yeah,
they
we
need
could-
a better microphone.
We
probably
have
have a
the-
better microphone.
we
They
have-
should just do a podcast. I'd probably get more of a point across. If every single person down there did a podcast and put it on YouTube,
it would be
would
crazy.
it do more than that?
It'd be a lot more if they all went on Twitter. Do you know what I mean? But what they're hoping is people are going to be like, what's all this? And then they'd send it on Twitter and it'd be like, this is going on in the city right now. Also, it's blocking traffic. So some guy's trying to get to...
He's late for work now.
Do you know what I mean? His daughter's graduating.
Some idiot. Yeah, he's missed his daughter's graduation.
He's missed his daughter's graduation. He's like, okay, what?
He took the day off work for it.
Yeah. He usually works on Saturdays. He's really it's gonna
Time
hit him
and a
hard.
half.
Yeah, it's gonna hit him hard.
Yeah.
But his daughter's like, you can't miss this one. He's like, of course, I'm not missing it for the world. You've got her a gift. He's like, you have to be there at this time. And they're like, sorry, sir, there are gonna be delays of
Climate
45
change
minutes.
is some
Yeah.
crap that doesn't even exist.
And his daughter's at University of New South Wales and the doors are closed. He's not gonna be let into the auditorium. so he's gonna have to wait outside. Her name gets called. She goes to take the degree. She looks out, and he isn't there.
He isn't there.
Yeah, or because
He's let her down again.
Yeah, he's let her down again.
All because of the climate change.
And he's out there with the flowers and the gift, and the daughter just shakes her head. And that's it. He's lost her.
Becomes a heroin addict.
Yeah, he's lost. Yeah,
all because they had to
all
protest.
because they had to protest for something that's sorry, but Taiwan's part of China, and that's just it. Sorry, that's just how things are. Let's just accept that. Yeah, Taiwan isn't real. It's part of China. Anyway, where we're
gonna do this on your podcast, the live podcast. It's in Newtown, I would.
Yeah, Sausage Boys live podcast as well. If anyone listens to this in time. Hipster.
What's that place where they started the new town in America during BLM?
Oh,
Portland.
Yeah, it's like.
Was it Portland?
Yeah, it was in Portland.
Was it Portland?
I'm pretty sure it was in Portland. The
It's
Chaz.
Portland. It was, yeah, Chaz.
Yeah, the Chaz.
What an error. That was
The Chaz.
crazy.
That was great. I think it still
That
exists.
couldn't have been funny. I don't think it still exists.
Really?
Chaz. Definitely not.
What will happen though? You think it doesn't still exist, and then you'll watch like this Vice documentary, and it'll be like,
Chaz never ended.
I know, it's like September 2022. We went into Chaz,
Yeah.
and everyone's just like dead. There's just some guy with a whole bunch of chains and like human heads.
Who would have thought?
You got to defund the police. Yeah, no, we're talking about dance music. I do want to kind of have a little bit of a resolution.
Yeah.
To see this. Yeah, but what
I
it
feel
is,
like you agree with me that it's oversaturated.
it's the most popular thing right now. It's more popular than it's been in years.
That wasn't. Do you think it's oversaturated?
Anything that's popular is definitely going to be oversaturated. And it's just the truth of, it's like saying that R&B and hip hop was oversaturated in the mid 2010s.
Right.
It's like saying that the bling bling era and people wearing baggy shirts rapping about their cars and jewelry was oversaturated in the 2000s. What disco was oversaturated in the 70s. Indie rock was oversaturated in the 90s.
So just in the electric era. It doesn't seem to be ending though.
What
I
do
feel
you
like
mean?
we've been in it for 7-8 years.
Yeah, it's because
It
dance
doesn't
music.
seem to be ending. It's
dance
scary.
music
I'm
will
sick of it. I'm really sick of it.
Dance music's
Final
got
comment.
real solid fundamentals that it kind of will never die.
Yeah.
There are always going to be people loving dance music.
Yeah.
Different to trendy genres, kind of like, I guess,
Like Lil Pump.
subgenres
Lil Pump's
within
gonna fall off one day. That's impossible.
something like SoundCloud rap that's kind of based in something that's so new
Yeah.
and hasn't really been thought out that much. That sort of stuff will come and
You
go.
mean a genre of rap based on a SoundCloud?
Yeah, based on an app.
Based on an app,
Based
it's
on
gonna
based
fall
on a
off.
music app. Yeah, that's the thing. And like
Of
dance
course.
music isn't going to fall off because
Yeah.
it's so important. This is why I think it's because it starts with the churches.
Yeah.
It's spiritual.
The church.
Number 2, it starts with a movement, people kind of coming together. And
Like
probably
January 6th.
yeah, like January 6th, yeah, people coming together.
History.
And also it's always kind of been the outlet for the outcasts. In a weird
So
way.
it's incel music.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
There we go. But yeah,
That's
dance
weird.
music's going to be around forever. It's really important. I've been trying to convince you and get you around. Because I used to be just like you. I used to think it was all rubbish. I didn't understand it. I do think a lot of it comes down to not going to the right places.
Yeah.
If you go to the right gig, see the right DJ, it can change your mind. You'd be like, oh, no, this is actually really cool. And what happens, even with myself, I went to the right gig, perfect DJ. I was like, this is great. And then I left it still thinking that it's trash. And I'd rather listen to just an R&B hip-hop DJ that people actually
I
like.
don't know what you're even saying now, so you do agree with me.
No. And then I had to go to another gig. And then I had to go to another gig. And then I think maybe by...
So it's a cult.
No, it's understanding. It's literally, I do think it's an understanding.
Right.
If you go to enough and see the right person and it just kind of all clicks.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I think when it all clicked, it was a DJ who was playing Dizzy Rascal.
Yeah.
and that I Love You song. And it was like, I love you, and then it was just the instrumental version. And people were going insane for it. They didn't want to hear the rapping.
Yeah.
And then he just played the instrumental out and then went into another song that was kind of really similar. And I was like, this is crazy. I get this now.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to hear the instrumentation. The production of a track is so important sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes more... It makes sense at certain times.
I must just be
lyrics.
stuck in 2005 then.
You probably just haven't gone to the right gigs.
Yeah.
I think.
Maybe.
And it's just slow because, like, you're a hip-hop head.
Yeah.
I'm a hip-hop head.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
I think the best way to kind of
I'm
do
not
it
even
is...
saying hip-hop. I'm not saying play...
No, but you need to find the right journey for the music that you like.
I'm not the... Yeah.
I
Because
was...
it's always a big thing as well, like... I've noticed when you're playing music and when people come up and be like, oh, could I put a song on it? Some song, like, that only they know. It's like some random...
Of course.
Kendrick
Some
song
niche.
that no one else
yeah,
is, and
yeah.
it's like, bro, it's like the best song, and it's like, but no one else knows the
Yeah.
song. No matter how good it is, they're not going to appreciate it now. No one's going to appreciate it.
Yeah. What are you saying about that?
That you need to play music that everyone knows to create harmony and a beautiful experience.
Yeah, and that's where the reading the crowd and the DJs actually come into play.
Yeah.
You have to look at the crowd and be like, okay,
Yeah,
what are
and
these
just
people
back to
going
I
on?
just think it's oversaturated. That's it.
Yeah, it's oversaturated because it's at its peak.
Let's
It's at its peak.
We can keep going.
Oversaturation isn't taking away from it being good.
It's just crazy. Look at this. I
But it's like,
this for work.
but it's just like what do you think a genre that isn't oversaturated is? And it's better, apparently, than dance music.
Like, just pop.
Just pop, isn't pop the most oversaturated? Because pop means dance music nowadays.
I don't know.
No, because pop is like popular music. The most popular genre seems to be dance. If Beyonce and Drake are doing dance albums.
I wouldn't put their dance... I get what you're saying.
Compared to pop in
They use
2016.
dance instrumentals, but they sung on those dance.
But that's what dance music is. There's singing on it.
Not that many.
A lot are. It's just different types of... It's just like a little bit more of a vocal dance
The
track.
majority have singing. Would you say the majority of all those genres have singing?
Yeah.
Because EDM doesn't have any singing, does it?
Oh, it does. Mostly singing.
Mostly. Like,
Oh,
what
like,
percentage? Let's go percentage.
Okay, percentage.
Out of every single EDM
Okay.
song in the world, what percentage have a person singing a coherent song, word for the entire way through, just like any song?
Yeah, if
Any
you're talking-
Beyonce, Drake song.
If you're talking about are you talking about EDM, like that subgenre? Because then it'll be like 99%. Because EDM is kind of like...
99%.
It would just be like
are
Sam
singing.
Smith. It would just be Sam Smith working with an EDM producer, and he would just sing a song, but it's just like an EDM kind of beat behind it. You could call like a Lil Pump song working with like a DJ Carnage an EDM song. Lil Yachty. EDM is just kind of like a instrumental
Yeah.
type. And most EDM music compared to house music, it's gonna always have like a singer.
For house, how
For
many?
house. I'd probably say it's...
Okay, just in my
Yeah.
experience, when I go and I hear this music, I never hear singing. So I don't... I feel like maybe we're in two different worlds. I don't even know. When I go, I never hear singing. I never hear... La da da.
Yeah, no, it's interesting.
I don't hear singing. That's why I called it robot music. Because it's just noises.
Because what happens is so many subgenres within dance music.
Yeah.
And what's
But
probably
generic,
happened...
out of all these clubs...
Most are going to have singing.
Okay.
Because...
I'll do more market research and maybe we'll come back to it.
I don't know, we'll come back
I'm
to
going
it.
to go with a notepad to a nightclub, sit in the corner.
Yeah, good. I want you, I want you
Take
to.
notes.
And then take notes because it's tricky. House
Song
music
for
and...
song, I'm going to Shazam it, get it down.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my ratios, get some stats up.
Depends on the venue as well. If you're at some like gritty kind of underground places wanting to play alternative house, they're probably not going to have any singing.
Yeah. Seems like
Or if you go
everywhere
to-
it's playing that. Though.
Oh, and then you
in my like experience,
You'll
every
also-
single place I go to is playing that.
You'll also have progressive house. You'll have like minimal house, and that stuff really doesn't usually have. Oh, you just got to do the bottom part as well.
Locked in.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you go. You're open now. But yeah, those sorts of subgenres don't have singing.
Yeah.
But because it's so popular, you're gonna have a lot of.
We'll get back into it.
No, we'll get back.
We're going in a circle.
I know we're going in a circle here. We had to talk about some different topics.
Some talk white pride. No, okay. So I had Did you see the new?
I sent a photo to you, didn't I? Was literally going to talk about that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We've literally got on the same because I sent you a few things I wanted to talk about as a text. Okay, there we go.
iPhone 14. How?
Oh yeah, we do. We're not going to. Don't want to spoil it for the people. You can't run through all the topics. Yeah, there's a note.
Oh right.
Yeah.
What's the iPhone 14 one? I want to know what that is now.
The iPhone 14's coming out.
Oh,
it's out now.
Wow.
Which is crazy. I've just got my phone. I've literally just got it. And it's become... Maybe this is the first time I've realised how silly it is.
Yeah.
It's like, I've just got it.
They need to slow it down.
They need to slow it maybe...
A little bit.
Yeah, 2 years.
Couple of years.
Like, I got it in January or something like that.
Insane. You should be able to sue. You should be able to take it back. Be like, look at that.
Yeah,
it's got a new one.
Can we have a break? Can we at least have some advertisement or build up some sort of energy? Now it's just like, yeah, no, it's out.
It's getting to the Fast and Furious point now.
Yes.
When are they going to stop?
It's become...
Is there going to be a new device that they come out with that's cooler? Are they working on something big?
They haven't done one.
Are we going to move away?
Yeah.
Well, Steve Jobs died. What are they doing?
Yeah.
All they know is how to reproduce his product now.
And make the
Tony
tiniest
Stark's
change.
dead. They're just going to make another Iron Man suit.
That's true.
Different colour, better camera. Hectic.
It's kind of
sad.
It's kind of sad and just kind of like... I think it's become a joke.
Yeah.
Where I can't even get any sort of interest. Like, even with the last iPhone, maybe there was something in my head because I hadn't bought one for a while. And I think they were doing something different with the design. I'm not 100% sure.
I think phones in general, like I work for a phone company.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've gotten to that point now.
What's good?
We've gotten to that point now where it's people don't really want phones.
You know, this is what happens when you got someone in the house that's freaked out. You're on edge. You're on edge now.
Make it a terrorist video.
we can do a pause and get straight back into it.
Huh?
We can
just keep going.
We'll just keep going. Yeah.
Probably don't have that much longer.
Oh, we've got a lot. We've got a lot of time. We've only been
it's fine.
The way.
We'll just keep going.
Right, we'll just go.
Can't stop it now.
I know we can't stop it now. Anyway, you don't think people want phones anymore?
I think just because of social media and a lot of things, people don't actually like their phone. And people are so addicted to it that they don't really want phones. It's become a necessity now. You need a phone.
You need it. You hate it.
You don't really want it.
Yeah.
You kind of need it. Like, I just get people calling up. They're like, they don't even want this thing that they've ordered. They're like, where is it?
Oh, yeah, just give it to me.
Well, my daughter says I've got a caller. I need the bloody thing, apparently. I said I could write my letters. But yeah, not even old people. Like, even I feel like just people
young people
don't really like
social media.
phones.
They don't
Yeah,
like
social media's dying.
They hate it.
People are sick of it. It's making everyone depressed.
Yeah.
And
everyone's
feeling
so
unfulfilled.
Yeah. Every single YouTuber who's really popping off is talking about how bad YouTube is.
It's hilarious. We're in that Black Mirror.
Yeah,
we're saying YouTube's destroying your brain. It's taking over the world. Get off YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube.
Yeah.
Thanks for another video. New video coming out tomorrow. We're just there. We're fully in it. In the grips of it. It's beautiful. I love it.
It's terrifying.
It couldn't be funnier.
It's terrifying. Every single person I know has an unhappy look on their face as they scroll.
Yeah.
They're like, "What is this junk?
Yeah.
What am I doing?" And it's never been like that before. I don't think people have literally been like, "This is junk. This is junk." It's
the addictive quality. They've made these apps so addictive.
Yeah.
They've programmed them like slot machines on steroids.
Yes.
You can't even get off it. It's just so addictive.
It is just like a cigarette. It's like a nicotine problem.
Worse.
It's a classic nicotine.
Way worse. 10 times worse. Name someone who's not addicted to it. Can't name a single person. No one could beat this addiction, it seems.
Yeah.
It's kind of unbeatable. They've constructed life that you need it so you're dependent on it.
Yeah,
it's like water that you can't even exist without it.
If you are a person who's with it,
Yeah.
either you're not with it, or you're with it and you have an addiction.
I see people delete it, they're back. They're coming back. Everyone's coming back. Everyone's got a relapse. Everyone's relapsing, no matter what. Get off the wagon, you're back.
You're not part of the conversation, though.
Yeah.
You're not part of the conversation if you're not on it.
Humanity's gone digital. You need to be digital.
Yeah, if you're someone who isn't on social media like that, I actually have a lot of friends who aren't on it.
Yeah.
And they just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, have you heard about Andrew Tate? They're like, who's that?
Yeah.
Like, have you heard about the Little Mermaid thing? And they're like, what's the Little Mermaid? If you're like, have you heard about, do you know who Alex Jones is? No. Do you know who Joe Rogan is? What? joke, Seth
Some
Rogen.
of the most important people. In the world.
Do you know what I mean? They just don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, dude, have you heard this song? He's like, oh, no, I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's an artist, Cardi B. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Cardi who?
Wow.
And these are just like young people who...
What do they do?
Trade.
They trade.
Or like tradies.
Oh, they're tradies, right?
Yeah, busy people.
Yeah.
Busy people. Get up early, work hard, go to sleep late,
Yeah.
exhausted, maybe do a little bit of stuff, like have a beer with friends usually.
Yeah.
Have
normal
dinner.
still.
They're normal people. They've got like a girlfriend or a girl they're dating. They'll probably be on maybe a dating app.
Yeah.
Maybe a dating app.
They have Facebook still.
They've probably got a little bit of Facebook, a tiny little bit when they've got time.
They've got an Insta with like 20 friends.
Yeah,
that they check
exactly.
once a week.
That they check once, and it's just their friends'
Yeah,
posts.
yeah.
And their Facebook, they'll literally log on, make a post, like 3 photos, and then log off.
Yeah.
They're people who aren't with
So
it.
they're not seeing Jake Paul. Cartier, boss down. I can't sell these fights easier, bro. I'm 23 and I got 5 private jets. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm 14 and I got 5 private jets. If you ain't 14 and doing that, you're not going nowhere in life.
They don't look at the phone and say, for the people who are hating me, what colour's your Bugatti? Go on, what is it? What colour is your Bugatti? They're not having to hear that.
Yeah.
Which is...
It'd
I
be
don't know.
nice.
Would it be, though? It's a
It's
tricky
simple.
one.
It's ignorance is bliss.
It's
ignorant
pure
to the
ignorance is
world.
bliss. Should you know who...
They're probably a little bit racist as well.
Yeah,
Because they're not
racist, 'cause they
finding
don't
about the
understand.
progressive
Yeah,
nature of humanity, how we're progressing.
that's
a lot.
true. They use slurs.
Yeah.
They have really...
What do you mean? It's there?
Yeah, I can't even say it.
We can't even say it.
We can't even say it because we understand. But yeah, that type of person doesn't know better when it comes to slurs. Certain takes, like on events, like that are going on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like their politics. It's interesting even with older people who aren't in touch with everything that's going on the internet. Their political ideology isn't taking into account any of that conversation.
Yeah.
Any of it. So they start saying, when it's like rights for trans people, it'll be like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah,
even
yeah.
a thing.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what do you mean it's not a thing? Like, aren't you on social media? Don't you know there's like a huge movement?
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
yeah, what do you mean? I haven't
crazy.
heard one thing.
That's kind of scary as well. Being forgotten that you need, it's such a necessity that, yeah, it's scary.
You'll fall behind.
Yeah.
You'll actually fall behind with certain things that are really, I don't know,
And
it
at
could be...
some point, it's really like you need it. You do need it
Yeah, to be a person.
to be a human.
To be a...
In a capitalistic society and to do most things.
I think even in a weird way, maybe to be a good person.
Yeah.
In a weird... And
Definitely
this
to keep
is a
up
conversation.
with your community.
Yeah.
If you want to be a part of the community, you want to be a member of the
Of course.
community, you kind of, yeah, you definitely
It's
need
like if a guy came from 1960 and he landed in 2022,
Yeah.
and you're having a conversation with him. You're
it.
gonna...
You could do that. There's probably people in prison from 1960.
Yeah, of course. But you talk to them and you're like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You think about that about women or black or ethnic
Yeah,
people
yeah.
or what? Or trans people or gay people. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Or like how someone should be living life.
Yeah.
Like someone could be like, oh no, I go for the got my
I
company.
Twitch
I'm gonna work
stream in
there
my
for-"
room. I'm a billionaire. I play Fortnite. It'd be a crazy perception.
It's true. I think I was watching a video from Hamza, and he was saying that YouTube and all this stuff is like it's like the gold rush.
Yeah.
So literally like the gold rush, and there's money to be made.
Yeah.
We're here
Money.
trying to get. We're being part of the gold rush. You'd be kind
We're
of.
here
silly.
for we're a non-profit
Yeah,
podcast.
we're a non-profit podcast.
All our money goes to the popping charity.
The popping issue.
But the truth is, you'd be silly to see all these, like you mentioned, these Twitch streamers,
Yeah.
these kids playing video games, these podcasters making a ridiculous amount of money and gaining all this notoriety
Yeah.
and not want to jump on it as well.
Yeah, of course.
Or continue your normal day job.
Yeah.
Like it's...
What would have it been previously? Like, say, the 40s? Wall Street?
No, because this is so accessible. Anyone
Yeah,
can kind
yeah.
of do it. And I don't know if
Any
it's-
straight white male could do it, though. Could go to Wall Street. Isn't that everything?
But that's the scary thing. Like, this probably never happened before.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Yeah, I can't think of...
Anyone.
I guess the gold rush. It's a gold rush.
It's literally the
anyone
gold
can
rush.
do it. You just dig in the ground and pick up a piece of rock.
Just get involved. It's probably even easier than that.
Yeah.
Because, like, you could have...
Don't need actual physical strength.
There's no age thing.
Yeah.
You could be, like, you see these TikTok pages, these people living in a retirement home making videos, they got, like, 1 million followers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And from that, they're called, like, I don't even know what their name is. Probably the listeners will know what it is. Each person in the retirement home has their own profile. And then they do their own videos and dances. And they're, like, celebrities themselves. And they've got, like, this house that they all live in, like a cloud house. And they're all literally, they're all, like, literally over 70, making a crazy amount of money. Like, more money they've probably ever made in their lives.
Yeah.
Just because they figured out that there's money to be made in the internet.
Algorithm,
Yeah. You see some of the funniest ones are the ones in, like, more third world countries. Like, I think there was a guy called Daddy's Cooking Channel or something, and there was, like, an older Indian man.
Some of those crazy cooking. Yeah, even on YouTube, you see some guys in, like, Russian mountains.
Oh, yeah.
Who have the most beautiful content.
Of course.
It's just them by, like, this scenic, picturesque view, cooking, like, a lamb from scratch.
Yeah.
And you're like...
it's amazing. Like, this Daddy's one, it's just some guy who's kind of using rocks and, like, this big pan, just cooking kind of like a buttered chicken dish, and then he goes and gives it to the village, like the homeless area. He's kind of
It's crazy.
living in a hut, and there's flies all around, and you can tell that, like, he's barely alive.
Yeah.
Like, he's skin and bones, but he's making content. Because he's not making content, his grandson is like, Grandpa, I'm gonna record you cook.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This guy's been doing that forever, but his grandson's like, I'm gonna monetize
Now
it.
he's a millionaire.
Now he's
It is that. It's literally like a kid in Africa who goes to the well and shows how much water or something he has to get out every day. If you put that on TikTok,
literally
millions of views.
Who
doesn't want to watch that?
Who doesn't want to watch that?
Interested.
I watched the mud fishing videos in
some crazy jobs that people.
Oh my gosh, it's the most entertaining thing, and I think it's literally people who are struggling.
Yeah.
Kind of doing this mud fishing, getting the fish, and it's just some dude recording them, and they're probably making. There's money to be made.
Yeah.
Like, you forget about the fishing where I probably earned the equivalent, like, let's say in Australia, $1 a day.
Yeah.
I can earn like $20 monetizing this one video.
Is it even like do they make the same amount? How does that even work?
It was just basic monetization. I think from
So
either YouTube
if someone in
or
Africa is
TikTok.
making TikTok content, are they going to get the same money as someone in America?
Yeah.
True. That's
I'm pretty because
so
it's like
more than $20.
It's literally. I mean, like $20 Australian.
So for
or
that,
something.
someone in a third world country, it would just be insane.
Yeah, because it's
the
just
amount of money that they're making.
Yeah. Whatever YouTube's gonna pay you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the same whether you're in India, Africa, or Australia. If you have a video with 1 million views, you're gonna get, I don't know what it is, like $3,000.
So Bitcoin isn't the new gold rush. So I should sell my Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's probably still going to be there, and it's always going to exist. But what Bitcoin is, it's there's a big barrier for entry.
Yeah.
Just like Wall Street was, because
Economic.
people don't understand it.
Yeah.
People are scared of it. They don't really know what they have to do. You have to kind of educate yourself. Compared to some guy who's like, yeah, go do that. I'll record you, upload it, and YouTube will literally be like, what's your bank account? I will send you money.
Yeah.
If you get a certain amount of views. So. Is it a good or bad time to be alive?
Horrible. Nah. It's obviously, I guess it's like the best and the... Maybe it's not the worst.
I think it's the best.
It's definitely the best, yeah.
Because even the idea that people are hating...
1960s America, though.
Right.
Make America great again. That was the best time.
You did.
But besides that,
Okay.
pretty good. You could buy a home for $7,000, work a job, you could still say the N-word. It was great. There was no civil rights, no rights whatsoever.
That's interesting.
Unless you're a white straight man.
Make America great
The good
again.
days.
That's what we're talking about.
That's
when
why
we
it's
say-
so hilarious.
That's
People
what we're talking
say
about
Donald
when we
Trump
say,
isn't racist. It's hilarious.
That's That's the time we're talking about. Well, you meant make America great again.
That is literally what he's referring to, though.
And all
Which
the
is
followers
crazy,
would say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But I feel they have an idea that race wasn't really a discussion back then.
Yeah, who knows what?
Yeah, and that's an interesting debate in
I'm
itself.
sure some are like, oh, well, I'm not cherry picking. I'm not talking about that part of it. I'm talking about the cheap house. And then some
Yeah.
like, I'm talking about the whole thing. I'm talking about more. I reckon we should give you...
I want to bring back the fountains. Imagine you just go outside and it's like outside.
back to the fountain.
Just like some kids like, what? I just got water bottles from home. Why do you have the whites only fountains? Oh, that would be a really funny, what is it? What is it for art?
Social experiment.
Yeah, what is the interactive art thing? I've forgotten what it's called.
Performance art.
Yeah, some sort of like performance art, like to set up a whites only fountain just in like the middle of town hall.
See who drinks from it. Sounds like fun. Do it on a really hot day as well. And it's like sparkling water.
But it'd be funny.
Someone comes up and be like... You'd be like shut down in 5 minutes. So someone would instantly call the police.
I know. It'd be a very interesting...
Maybe if we did it though.
Of course. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It'd be a great thing.
If you're not white and you do it, it'd be funny.
Oh, yeah.
And you still just only let
That
white
would-
people drink. Not you, mate. Read the sign.
But you could figure out...
I think there's one over there for you kind of be.
I can't figure out. It'd be an interesting piece of art.
Yeah.
If you had like a message, what are you trying to get across with having this
Just
whites
remind
only
people
fountain?
how far we've come or something like that.
That's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty good. It goes into another thing of... I guess who was... I think I was having a discussion with someone about... I think it may have probably even just been our last podcast. Just talking about, like, it must be annoying being, like, just a white person.
Yeah.
And just having that... You would hate to see something like that. It would be annoying. You'd be like, can't we get over all that?
Yeah.
Can't we get over all that? Can't I just live my life? I haven't really done anything wrong.
Wasn't me. Or do you do it?
But I guess there's kind of a point there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we've had this on an earlier podcast, but I wanted to see if there are
Do
any
it
other...
every podcast. We'll just go
We'll
back.
do it, yeah, we're always
We
talking
never
about
even
it.
got into
I want to see what
the
some of the other...
fish.
Oh, the Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah, Little Mermaid
Did you
is...
see what the non-racist Matt Walsh said?
Who's Matt Walsh?
He's on that little Daily Wire.
No,
link up.
what did he
Little
say? I
game.
love to hear this.
He was upset.
He's upset
He was
about the Little
upset.
Mermaid.
He had a problem with it, surprisingly. I wouldn't have thought so. I would have thought he saw a black mermaid and be like, I actually think that's kind of good. It's actually kind of progressive. I'm alright with that.
Imagine being a right-wing publication and just kind of flipping
Yeah,
it
we're
around.
actually alright with that. That's kind of...
Yeah.
We think more representation in things like that is fine. But he wasn't, of course. Obviously.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
It would be great, even if just like Ben Shapiro is like, oh yeah, that's fine. There's no issue with that.
I
Okay, what's
agree.
the next story? It would be hilarious. Okay,
So
what did
first
he
he said, what did he say? He said it's white Erasure,
Okay, yeah,
comparing it to black erasure.
yeah.
So comparing it to
It's a great take.
Egyptians being white.
It's a great take. It's a
But
really
he
great
didn't stop
take.
there. He went into... He said, what did he say? That actually, if we're going to be specific about it,
Yeah.
he said, deep sea creatures are pale, extremely pale, referring to, seems like white people usually.
Yeah.
And he went even further to say they're translucent.
Right.
And he said it would be more accurate if they were a pale translucent where you could see their skeleton. And that,
Right.
then I would actually go watch it. But because it's a black person, I'm definitely not watching it. He won't have that wokeist crap slammed down his throat.
I wonder what would happen if it was just like, I don't know, the girl from Modern Family, like Ariel Winter or something, played the Little Mermaid. I wonder what the take would be.
Yeah. If they just kept a white girl, you mean?
Yeah. If they just had any white actress play the Little Mermaid,
Probably
I wonder.
wouldn't have gotten as much traction. People wouldn't be as interested or keen.
Yeah. I guess, and there wouldn't probably been any issues with
I
it.
should have gotten Zendaya. That would have been
Do
funny.
you think that's what it is? Do you think because Halle Bailey she's not mixed?
Yeah.
She's African American.
When I first saw her, I didn't even know who she was, but in the trailer she looked mixed. But then when I looked her up, she's definitely
she looks very
full
mixed.
African American.
She looks mixed, I think.
I thought she did.
Yeah, I thought she did as well.
But I looked at her.
Apparently, no one
Instagram.
else does.
She isn't. She
isn't. I know she's both her parents.
But I looked at more like she in the trailer. She looks very light skinned. I don't know if they've done something.
It'd be so funny. The movie actually comes out and she's just like really being whitewashed, like obnoxiously.
Yeah.
Just like a crazy amount of white makeup.
And Candace Owens didn't agree either, surprisingly. I was shocked by that. Because she's African American. She's part of that little club.
Next you're going to say the Hodge twins have an issue. Next you're going to say the Hodge twins have an issue with that Little Mermaid. Come on, man. Keep it white, man. Let's keep it white, man. Cartoons, you. It's got like socialism distancing hats. Legalized freedom. Keep it white, man. Let's keep it white.
So good.
What did Candace Owens say?
What do you think? I'm a little gas. I'll be curious.
What did Candace Owens say about The Little Mermaid? I guess she would have had an issue.
She wasn't happy.
Yeah, wasn't happy with The Little Mermaid being casted by a African American actress.
Poppy. Very popular. Poppy.
The most.
I'd never heard of it, but this is what I'm hearing, that she's popular.
I love Halle Bailey. I think that she's the greatest thing on earth.
Yeah.
I think she's the greatest thing on earth.
Yeah.
Which is the perfect cast.
I was fresh as someone new. If it was Zendaya, I'd be like, this is getting ridiculous.
The only interesting, I guess it's a musical. Halle Bailey has really great vocals.
Right.
She's a great vocalist. It's gonna be interesting to see how she acts. I always find that weird when musicians.
Well, it's like it is a musical, so
so she's not gonna have to do much acting.
Yeah.
Which is probably fine.
Denzel said acting's easy.
Did he?
Yeah.
Really?
Something like that. What did he say? He said he was a garbage man, and he said that's so much harder than any acting job ever.
I don't think so.
That's what.
Yeah, no, that's what the man Denzel. I know.
Back to back.
I have been back to back. I've been.
I don't know if you played Malcolm X.
But apparently anyone can do it.
Yeah,
and being a garbage man.
Any garbage man can play Malcolm X.
Try to give me a script to remember in a million years. I'm going to come in forgetting lines.
You don't need to know the whole script off by heart. Every day you do a scene, you just need to know the scene.
I'm going to be up there getting pretty awkward.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, what was that again? I can't figure this character out. Who am I? I'm Malcolm X. I'd be like, yeah. I literally wouldn't be able to do it. I think acting's very hard.
Yeah, I reckon it's hard.
I do think it's very hard. For someone who's tried doing acting as well in the past, it's a pretty difficult act.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, talking into that...
Did you hear what you said there?
What?
I think it's a very difficult act.
I know, I think it's a difficult act. That's a nice little... You had like a laugh button. That's a... double there. Give myself a laugh. But yeah, so it had 1.5 million dislikes on the YouTube.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Which is...
Says a lot.
Which is great.
Great.
I know, like very interesting.
Yeah,
that people are very passionate about this.
Because I was even like, oh yeah, I get it. It's pandering a bit. It's a bit like another... It's pretty obvious what they're trying to do.
It's funny because maybe...
Then at the same time, it's like, I don't know if you saw the TikTok of all the girls. The little African American girls. Like, very excited.
Oh, really?
And it's like, that's what it's for.
That's true.
It's like, it's scary to an aspect that all these adults are talking about children's movie. At the same time, it's like, it's not even for you, first of all.
Yeah, what's funny, what's funny for me, I guess, for someone who's really up with social media, Halle Bailey is the it girl.
Yeah.
She's the it girl, and I'm so happy. I don't even care about race, but like having the it girl right now being cast in a Disney film is just perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. Do you know what I mean? She's the it girl. She's like from interviews, seems to be a really great person.
Yeah.
Like a perfect kind of, I guess like figure for girls, no matter of race, just to look up to.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's... Because I guess, who else could you have? You could have...
Angelina Jolie. No, I'm not even saying that she should play, but she's the Angelina Jolie.
Ariana Grande, you could probably have.
Right,
Like,
to play,
yeah. You could go between the two.
Man, that'd be a bad movie.
It would be, yeah.
Good singing, but...
Be great singing. Halle Bailey's just a great person right now.
Yeah.
And she just kind of ticks off so many different boxes. To where, like, I was so excited when I first heard the announcement.
I think it would have been even funny if they just got, like, a Sudanese accent.
Lupita Nyong'o or something
like
that.
a strong Sudanese accent. I'll have more respect. I'll be like, that's fresh.
That's good.
Now we're getting
that's really good.
Now
that's
we're actually breaking some boundaries here.
No one can understand. Just like the worst broken English. Like, it was the crab. The crabs downstairs. And everyone's like, that's great. That's great. I understood what you said. I don't have an issue with it.
I don't know about you, but I understand. I'll do so.
How was that one? It's like, that was great. This is going to be a good movie. No one even does subtitles. Everyone has to just lie to themselves so they understood what she was talking about. Just breaks out into full just... Oh, dang. That'd be very interesting.
Even just as... that'd be hilarious.
It'd be very interesting. You could probably even have the, what's it called? The girl from Squid Games. She could have been an interesting Little Mermaid. But again, I like the idea Halle Bailey just seems like the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
As a person in life and as kind of the it girl. There's no better pick. But yeah, onto a different issue. I think I had some other things I wanted to talk about today.
Just on TikTok.
Just on TV using that addiction. Okay. What else? Oh yeah. David Beckham queuing
Small
up to
talk
pay.
getting hated on. I like that.
Oh yeah. Okay, that might even be a better one. You heard a little bit of a glimpse of the next topic, but yeah, small talk.
What shows have you been watching?
Yeah.
What you got for... Oh, this is the small talk?
This is small talk. I
Any
saw this on
plans
Twitter.
for the weekend? What shows you been watching? What you got for lunch, bro?
Yeah. What are you eating for lunch? Any plans for the weekend? What shows you been watching? You watching any TV? People apparently are hating the idea of small talk.
I see a lot of memes like, stop the small talk. Let's talk about
Yes.
your parents getting divorced at lunch today instead.
Okay, forget the small talk. What do you think about Halle Bailey? Little Mermaid, was it? It's good or bad? I think small talk, especially with how divisive everything is so necessary.
Yeah. It's part of that office. You need it. It's like you can't talk about politics in the office because most people are horrible people who have horrible views. You can't have them just talking about that in open discourse.
You probably can't even talk about what you've been watching. You'd be like, I'll be watching Daily Wire. Someone's like, I'll be watching...
Ben Shapiro had a really good piece just about how, like, LGBT's kind of, like, just been shoved down our throats a bit. What about you, bro?
And then the other person's like, I'll be watching the H3 podcast. Andrew Tate should be in prison right now for trafficking women. But that's what it's so tricky. I'm a big fan of small talk.
Yeah.
I'm a real big fan of small talk because I feel there's something very human about it.
I think you can have, like, deep talk without having to actually talk about... I guess maybe you could just go into, like, spirituality or something. Be like, dreams. A dream small talk?
Dreams.
Talk about how crazy dreams are.
But this is the thing, you don't want to go too deep with anyone. I feel there's something really important about just going...
breaking the ice.
One layer. And keeping it at one layer.
Right.
I think this is why... There's something really beautiful about small talk, and I almost want to say that I completely disagree. I love the idea of football teams.
Yeah.
There's nothing really there. You're not in the team, he's not in the team. You can just talk about how the games are going on the weekend.
Yeah.
There's something kind of very beautiful about something that separates you both.
Yeah.
That you have kind of no connection
I know
to.
what you mean. Like, what? So you're talking to people and you don't actually like this person. You don't want to actually build a relationship with them. They're not a friend.
They're not a friend.
They're just, you have to talk with them because you're in a social situation.
Of course.
And you just have a...
and it's just the
small
person.
talk.
It's almost like meditation in a way.
Yeah.
Talking about the weather's always a great one.
Yeah.
I like talking about the weather. The weekend, depending on what's going on.
Anytime anyone says, what are you doing on the weekend? Not one single time will I tell them what I'm doing on the weekend.
Yeah, no, I
no
don't
matter
think
how
I don't think I've ever
crazy
done that.
things I'm getting up to.
Yeah.
I will always say nothing, not much. It's the last thing I'm like, I'm not telling you what I'm doing on my weekend. No, like... Why would I tell you that?
There are certain things you can tell people though.
Yeah.
I've noticed if I'm going
Not that it's
to...
bad or anything, but
No.
it's just like, I don't really
I'm not
want
gonna...
you to even know what I'm doing.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's something... If I'm going to like a food truck sort of convention thing, or going to anything around food, and this is why also one of the topics were, what do you have for lunch? Food is a great small talk topic.
Everyone loves food.
Everyone loves food. Everyone can always talk about food. I think we should bring...
Even anorexic people like food. They just can't
Yeah,
eat
they
it.
do.
Yeah.
I know, but they can talk about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a favourite cuisine.
Yeah.
Apart from someone who's like lactose intolerant, can't eat any gluten, stuff like that.
I'll die out.
That can get boring.
Yeah.
But food talk's great.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to have small talk be there.
Yeah, yeah.
And people to kind of embrace small talk a little bit as well. Talking about kind of nothingness.
Yeah.
Talk about the weather, because I need to know what's going on with the weather. Do you know what I mean?
It's not like the phones tell you
I know,
every
that's true.
single
That's
minute
true.
to minute what's going to happen for the next 7 days.
That's probably true. But maybe if we got rid of the weather app, people would be more
That
close.
sounds horrible. Who's going to know?
I know, you'd have to talk to people.
But how are they going to know? Someone's going to have the app.
No, but that's the thing. You have people who work in meteorology. Or
So
whatever it is.
meteorologist conversations need to get to every
Yes.
billions of people
And they
across the
would.
planet.
And they would.
Maybe,
That's
yeah.
literally... Because you've got like a person that works in every city. And their job is to go to the cafe, right? Do they work, let's say, in Ultimo? Go to the cafe, and then the dude's like, oh yeah, what do you want? Cappuccino? Jerry, how you going? Weather today, what are we looking like? And he's like, it's going to be raining around
28
too.
and sunny, mate.
Yeah.
Bloody
28.
Bloody oath.
So what happens now? The barista knows.
And then when it rains, the barista gets assaulted by the man later for lying.
No, what happens? The barista sees the marketing dude. Tells his son, he's like, it's going to be raining. You boys better get
What
in.
about people that are like don't leave their homes and just play video games all day?
They're going to find out because what's going to happen?
But they run down to get Maccas and then they get soaked.
No, they don't get Maccas. What happens is their dad found out when he was getting his coffee, called up the mum. Mum's like, sweetie, it's going to be raining. You won't be able to get the Maccas. The conversation is going to happen. People are going to be in contact with
So
their
you like
child.
bring back small talk.
Bring back small talk and get rid of the apps. Let's get rid of so much news.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's spread the news through small talk. Real basic news, that is. Real basic
I
news.
get what you're saying. So more...
Weather, football, like
so we
sports.
talk like there's more communication through humanity.
Yes.
But we keep it small.
We'll keep it small. The small stuff. Everything else is out there, but you cannot go online and figure out
That
what
could
the weather
definitely
is.
build a better community base. You walk
Of course.
in, you're in the elevator with someone, you're not.
Yeah, yeah. Mm. Literally, and then you come out and you just walk out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
What
like, hey,
happens is
mate,
like,
how you going?
dang, did you get the weather today?
What's the weather today?
Yeah, what's the weather?
I haven't
It's
even
like-
found out yet. Oh, hope it's not
dang.
raining. What are you having for lunch today? I think I've got a prawn salad. That sounds lovely, doesn't it?
That sounds absolutely gorgeous. It's like, I'm actually vegan. You'd be like, oh man, I've got to try a little bit of that soon. Because what happens, people would come across so many vegans and they'll understand that it's just a thing that exists in society. And that it's not this, like, what is a divisive thing. When someone says it's a vegan, they're like, I've heard about you from my sources. And that you're
I'll tell you why I don't like you. I've heard about you. You're the people that don't like killing animals. And even you people don't like slaughtering animals by the billion, trillions in farms.
Okay, we got a vegan in the room.
I don't mind killing
Yeah, no,
animals.
you don't mind killing animals.
Someone's gonna die.
I think I had a funny joke about being halal. I'm like, oh yeah, apparently halal means the animal has been had its
You're not going
throat
to Charlie
slit.
Hebdo, so
No, but it's yeah, it's had its throat slit and it's usually had to bleed out for like 5 hours or more. Usually still alive.
Yeah.
Most of the time, as it like has to bleed out alive. And I thought
Is that a fact?
yeah,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
what halal means. And I was like, oh well, then that was a good enough reason for me to start eating halal. That's my joke. You can hear stuff like that.
Say that in Newtown.
I know.
Get that out of the thing.
But yeah, it's a good social.
I feel like you could make a lot of funny jokes about at the podcast without being too offensive.
That's not offensive though.
Yeah.
It's a statement against people who eat halal.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and it's basically a pro-vegan
It's
thing.
racist. Yeah.
It's not even racist. It's saying this is an
They
interesting
say
thing
Muslims
that
aren't a
happens.
race.
Yeah, they're not a race. Yeah, exactly. It's not a race. But yeah, anything. What else do I want to touch on? I think I had another... David Beckham.
What about David?
David Beckham
What's
lined
he up
up
to?
to see the Queen for 12 hours rather than pushing in.
That's cool.
Which was, I thought, was one of the worst things I'd ever seen.
You wanted to see him push in.
No, just that article. My idea was that's something that should have been a headline in 2002. No one should care about the
boring.
Queen.
Yeah.
No one should care about David Beckham going to see the Queen. It's just insane. I can't believe that exists.
Right.
I can't believe that people are caring about the Queen. And I can't believe that people are...
You think you don't care about the Queen, Day?
Yeah. It's just crazy.
Boring?
Yeah. It shouldn't even be on the news.
Come on.
The way it is.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to an area of David Beckham.
Yeah, definitely not that story. But I mean, just the Queen dying.
I don't really think it's an issue.
So if someone told you, you'd be like, I wish you didn't even. I don't need it.
I'd be like, oh, okay, I don't even really care.
Fair enough.
But it's one of those things where it had.
If Kim Kardashian died, would you want to know?
Kim Kardashian died. Yeah, because she did something like it's...
And so did she.
The idea
But
of
not
the
in your
royals...
generation.
No, the idea of the royals seems silly in 2022.
Yeah, and
How
I'm
about you
sure
build
the
your
idea
own
of that
thing?
Kardashians will seem so silly in 2062.
I know, and I hope in
But
2062...
for you,
I'm
it
gonna have
probably
the same-
won't. But for that new generation,
No, it will. If I'm keeping in touch, if I'm seeing what the people
So
are
you
saying...
think you're going to be in touch when you're 80?
100%. I'm a...
So you don't think you're ever going to fall out of touch?
No.
Why are you so confident?
Because I'm very
Who's
passionate.
an 80-year-old who's in touch still, besides Donald Trump?
Yeah, an 80-year-old who's really in touch. Who's an 80-year-old that's really in touch?
70-year-old, whatever.
Yeah, 70-year-old who's really in
Even a
touch.
60-year-old.
Yeah, who's a
See, the
60-year-old?
fact that you can't even...
Oh, anyone living in Newtown. Anyone living in St. Peters who's like a dude who kind of dresses cool, has like one of the long beards, David Letterman. Anyone who's following any basic current social trends fashion-wise are probably going to be not caring about the Queen.
Yeah.
If a guy's really, really fashionable, and he's not fashionable just because he has a lot of money, like a David Beckham,
Yeah.
or he's a celebrity, and he's doing things or he's wearing a specific brand, or he's just dressing a certain way, he's probably going to be in touch with what's going on. Because it goes down to fashion at the end of the day.
Yeah.
People who kind of are holding on to the past dress how they dressed when they were 20, 21. They're people who are going to still care about the things they did because they wanted to hold on to the past.
Yeah.
That's when people start dressing a certain way, I need to switch it up.
Yeah.
I hope that when I'm 80, I'm kind of wearing what the kids are wearing.
I'll probably still wear the similar thing. I feel like our grandfather still dressed fresh.
He dresses like an old man. Oh, he's okay.
Definitely like the shoes.
He's okay.
But like he would wear the freshest shirt. He would be like rocking a bucket hat.
Yeah, he doesn't know though.
Yeah,
and there are
that's-
guys his age in Newtown that do know.
Yeah. I
That's-
feel like
that's
it's
the
almost
difference.
cringy. I kind of like people to stay to their era.
That's-
I don't
yeah,
want to
that's
see
the thing.
some
Yeah.
guy in Newtown in like skinny jeans and like Air Jordans with like a hoodie. Some 70-year-old.
No, this is the thing. This is the conversation as well. I think it's important. Cringe. I think we're going to forget about cringe and tryhards and appreciate tryhards. If there is an older man who's around 70 and he's
Yeah.
dressing just like all the other hipsters are, I'm like, oh, he really cares. This guy's really trying.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take my hat off to him. I bet that's actually pretty cool. I want to change the social opinion on tryhards or old people dressing young.
Yeah.
Because I think it's probably better for an old person to dress how kids today are dressing than that old person to dress how it was cool to dress in like the 80s or when they were young.
Fashions repeat. I feel like most people in
I
Newtown
know,
are
they
dressing
do.
like
I
it's
know.
the 80s.
Yeah, which is the awkward thing. which is really crazy. I know.
So it's pretty easy
they
for
say
someone
this.
from the 80s to stay. That's why I hate Newtown.
Really? Hate Newtown.
Are they? I don't hate Newtown. I just say that.
Because
It's funny.
you fit into that group, which is the
Probably,
thing.
yeah.
You're kind of a hipster.
Yeah.
You're more of a hipster than me.
Probably. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You go to thrift stores.
I'm wearing Fruit Loop socks.
Yeah, see, that's pretty hipster. You're a hipster. And that's fine. We're at an hour. Is there anything else that I had on the notes? I'm trying to see.
No.
Trying to cover everything. Was there anything else
Just
interesting?
had mermaid. That might.
Do you have the? Oh yeah. Where's that little thing?
iPhone.
Okay.
Rapper
David
I
Beckham.
Spice.
Oh, I don't even. What were some of the other ones? I wanted to talk about.
Blueface.
Oh yeah, Blueface.
No one knows who Blueface is.
No one knows who Blueface is. That's the attitude that you're gonna have in. No one knows who Blueface
They
is.
don't. What was
Yeah.
his one song? It's 26 tomorrow, bruv.
26 weather.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's beach weather.
Yeah, see, this is the conversations we should be having.
That's beautiful.
That is pretty beautiful on a Monday.
Go get a coffee in the
That'd be
morning.
really
The sun
nice.
don't got work till 11.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about what I'll do tomorrow.
Are you a slave if you work for a 9 to 5, a job that you don't want to do just for money?
I feel you're not a slave if you have ambition or dreams. I think that stops you from being kind of like a wagey, as the internet would call it. Oh, wagey wojak.
Right.
That's someone who just works the 9 to 5 and doesn't
they have nowhere that they're trying to get.
Yeah.
So as long as you're going somewhere, then you're not a slave.
Yeah. That's the only thing I think stopping or separating those two groups of people
Yeah.
is having the passion,
Do you reckon
having the things you want
would
to
ever
achieve.
get to a point where people don't work jobs they don't want to work? Or is that
I know, I was
impossible?
thinking about that a lot.
Or could technology bring that?
Because I'm listening to a lot of these self-help books.
Yeah.
I've just started getting back into it. And it's awkward because...
The more I think about it, I feel like it's just a universal payment.
Oh,
What's
that's
the-
gonna... Yeah, the universal basic income.
Universal. Because
Yeah.
I feel like with AI, it's like my job.
Yeah.
An AI could do my job 1,000 times better
Yeah.
than anyone at my job could do.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, people don't want to talk to a robot. But I'm sure if it gets better, a robot could probably sound better than a human.
Universal basic income, and you have that kind of tying in with a form of communism,
Yeah.
which I think
Where
can work.
everyone is only earning, well, not even earning, everyone is only given.
Everyone's given enough to survive.
Yeah.
And then if you work harder, you can earn more.
Yeah.
I think that's something that
Needs to happen, possibly.
needs to happen eventually.
Yeah.
I think. I still kind of... Because I can listen to all these self-help books and it's basically saying, how are you going to stand out from the rest?
Yeah.
How are you going to become the multi-billionaire while everyone else is struggling to survive? And that's the scary thing.
Yeah.
Because that's the mentality that I think a lot of these self-help books want you to have. Whereas I still have the mentality of, I can't do that as a human being. Go up here while the rest of the world's down there. There's something really wrong about that, I think, inherently.
Definitely. I used to think more like that, but not as much.
Now you've changed a little bit.
A little bit.
Really. Because I think
everyone who doesn't want to be filthy rich.
I don't...
Deep down, honestly, is that I really
of
don't
course.
want that. Does anyone not want that?
Does anyone not... Because I feel...
Does anyone not want to ride around in a Sprinter?
Bugatti.
No, I don't. Bugattis look uncomfortable and kind of silly sometimes. I feel like people don't... Not everyone wants a Bugatti, literally. But I feel like
Everyone wants a Bugatti. Sorry, there's things that I think are true, but everyone wants a Bugatti. And that's one of them.
But like, who wouldn't want to ride around in a limousine everywhere?
Yeah,
With
or
a driver.
Or their nice car. Yeah.
Or their nice, beautiful car.
Of course.
But not even have to drive. Have a limousine driver who will take
Yeah.
you anywhere you want to go,
Yeah.
any time of the day, no matter what. Like, people don't even want to drive. Like, prefer to just sit in the back and be taken somewhere. Or like a fresh Sprinter where you've got your music playing, you can play PlayStation while you go into the beach.
Yeah. Interesting. Everyone wants those sorts of
You eat
things.
like the most beautiful, healthy breakfast, lunch, dinner that's
Yeah.
different every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day, you're like, what are we doing today? We're like, let's go to this crazy ocean view spot.
Yeah.
And we're gonna...
It's a great idea. I like it.
It's hard to think off the top of my head of very fun. And ride a speedboat out to the middle of the ocean. We're
Yeah.
gonna go like wave boarding.
Living
Eat
like Andrew Tate.
lobsters. Yeah.
Which is...
But more, I'm sure he's working a lot. I mean, just have money without even... Like, be retired because you're so...
He's kind of wanting
He seems
to do
like
that.
he's never wanting to retire. He wants to take over the world.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think
of
he would
course.
ever stop working. I'm sure he has fun, but he doesn't seem like someone who just... Yeah.
I think most people... I think the average person who makes all that enough money to do that doesn't want to retire.
Yeah.
Which
There's
is
that
the
as
awkward
well.
thing.
Yeah.
There's the idea of...
It's like the Elon Musk. Say if I was Elon Musk and I made... what did he make? PayPal.
Yeah.
And then you got like $1 million. I'll be like, well, I'm done.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
easy.
interesting.
I guess I'm
Interesting.
done.
And that's going to last forever?
Yeah.
I can just kick back now.
I buy a home, put 100,000 in stocks.
Yeah.
Maybe just focus on stocks. I guess you probably need like 5 million. But say you got 5 million for it, you're like, all right, I'm done. I feel like that's probably that number in Australia to retire, like $5 million.
Yes.
You'd never have to work ever again in your life and live a very, very nice lifestyle. Buy $1 million, $2 million home or apartment.
Have enough to pay it off.
You can just pay it, you buy it out.
Yeah.
Then you have $3 million away for emergency, $1 million to invest and make more money off it, and then another $1 million you just spend on expenses.
Does that exist? That's the question. Can that ever happen?
What do you mean?
I don't think that's really possible, because what happens with those people, they get extremely bored, or they want more, or they start going down a bad path.
I'm sure a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it probably doesn't end well if you just give up and retire at 30.
Because I think there's something about, like, even when it comes to... Because then what's your purpose? What do you do after that?
Yeah.
I don't think... There's the Andrew Tate. I don't think women would find a man attractive who just has money and is doing nothing.
Yeah.
I think the average woman, I'm going to speak... this is like an Andrew Tate thing, but I think, like, in terms of not even a woman, but a partner.
Yeah.
People who are looking for someone who is ambitious.
Yeah.
Wants to do things, wants to achieve things. They're not looking for someone who just has money and is looking to settle down. I don't think there's much attractive about
I'm not
that.
saying they just sit on the couch and watch Netflix.
But they
might go just ride their speedboat every day.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty ambitious and fun. I don't know. They go to a crazy island, they go fishing.
Just indulge in
leisure. They go traveling, they just travel the world and just indulge in leisure.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's a very
I'm not saying
interesting
just sit home and watch Netflix. Like, I'm chilling.
Does that exist? And that's the...
I'm sure a lot of these crypto millionaires have kind of probably retired now. They made $20 million off Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to travel the world for the rest of my life. And have the craziest life.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I feel
spend my money. I'm going to go shopping every single day.
I feel there's an emptiness to that. And I feel there's an emptiness to such a fact, like, I don't think it's possible. And this is someone who doesn't... I'm not anywhere close to that.
I don't even think it's not possible. I think so many people are doing that.
I don't think they are.
Sure they are.
I don't know. I don't know, and I'm trying to think about people who I know.
I don't think you're going to think of someone who's doing it, obviously.
Yeah, no. But just the idea of that story being broadcasted at all, or hearing that story in passing from anyone, I don't think I've heard about the guy who's, he just retired, made $5 million, and he's just, like, chilling.
But I never said just chilling.
Oh, no, like chilling, he's just living life. He's just living his best life.
Yeah, he has enough money to make money off stocks and investments, because he has so much. And
he's just indulging.
He's still making so much money. Like, if you have money, you can put $50,000 into a stock.
Yeah.
And then it will triple. Or you put $1 million in, and then it will triple. Now you got 3. Like, if you have money to play with, you can make a lot.
Yeah.
Or you chuck some to your friend who's starting not even a friend, someone who this business guy told you this business is going to boom.
Yeah.
Because now you're rolling in different circles.
Interesting.
And you don't need to work anymore. You just make your money work for you. You have people telling you just put 50k here, put 50k there, it'll turn into 300. But yeah, sweet, cheers.
Interesting.
I feel like that's what happens. People get to that point.
Yeah.
They don't need to actually strive and come up with a new business idea.
Right.
Because they have the right friends and contacts and have enough money to invest and make monies in those kinds of ways forever.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Even if you just go safe and you just go into big banks and you put a lot in, they're all going up. And it's just going to go up with you.
Does humanity leave when you become that person?
I don't know. What do you say? Humanity's struggle. You need to be struggling.
I feel there has to be a bigger purpose. There has to be like a bigger purpose. Because I feel like maybe that's the idea of the suit.
Yeah.
Or the retired suit, maybe. Because I try to think about like...
But isn't everyone going to get there eventually with a lot less money? Isn't everyone going to eventually retire and be like, well, I've got my super fund. Here's my 100k. Now I go live off that till I die.
Yeah, no, they live off
And
that.
now I'm 70, I can't even do fun things.
Yeah.
And now I actually have to sit inside and watch Netflix. Because my knee doesn't work anymore.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't actually walk.
What happens, and this is what I've seen.
And I'll be like, man, I wish I just got like 5 million when I was like 30. The things I could have done.
And this is what I've seen when I've been traveling, is you do see that. You see that person. You see the unhappy couple traveling.
Yeah.
They're 60, they're around 70.
Yeah.
They're just unhappy.
They're retired.
They're retired.
They're looking at all these young people having fun.
Yeah.
They're
And
like,
they're
I
miserable.
would probably prefer to be at home right now.
Yeah.
I'm not even...
And I think that's why, because I don't think life's perfect. I think life has to do that. It has to. I don't think, that's why I don't think that kind of guy can exist. Because I think it goes against the fundamental idea of...
Sure, it's rarer
life.
than anything, but it definitely exists.
Maybe exists. But I feel that person is...
So all those crypto millionaires are doing that.
I feel
all
they
these
kind of
young
get-
kids
yeah,
have made...
yeah.
They're literally like 16-year-olds who have made...
Yeah, literally.
Millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Buy a penthouse in Miami.
Mm.
They're
And maybe party.
crazy
You party like
contacts.
crazy.
They're party. They're making contacts of like 50k here, 50k there. There's this new crypto that's about to boom. That booms. You're just in it now.
So technically you're in it. And I think there's the idea that they're kind of still working.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
they are still working.
Because I
in a
don't
way.
think there's...
But what do you call in work?
Work
They're not
is,
struggling.
I'm
They're
having
not.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah.
not like breaking their brain, like trying to conceive a new idea.
No, but I guess they're like, I'm on the phone, we're doing this, I'm going here, oh, I got a meeting, I got this, oh yeah, I'm going. But it's chilled, but I feel they're still kind of are ambitious and
Definitely.
they keep working.
Yeah.
I don't think there's the idea of the 20...
I never said no one. No one's chilling on their couch.
No,
watching
not on the
Netflix.
couch. Like, on
Being
the
like,
jet
what
ski.
fancy dinner are we going
Yeah,
to tonight?
on the jet ski, kicking back, I'm going out to this nice thing, I'm doing this nice thing, and I'm only thinking about leisure.
Yeah.
I feel people, when you get to that area, you kind of think about money more. And then
Of course. If they've made money this way, of course, all they're going to be doing is investing more. That's
Yeah.
how they made all their money. Why would you stop?
But does that stop the idea of the guy who can kick back and just enjoy?
I never
forever?
said anyone does that.
But you said indulge in leisure. Full time.
I said at the very start, when I brought it up, I said they would have $1 million, get
Yeah.
your apartment, $1 million that you make your money work for you,
Yeah.
which is your constant income now for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
But in terms of the making your money work for you, that involves technically working yourself still.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no, and that's true, and I don't think that kid exists. I don't think that person exists, that young person who's
I never
traveling
said
the
they
world.
did either.
Ah, okay, right.
did.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And I feel that's weird, because there's something about life that there isn't that...
But I think it's that thing, you get that money, now you're in this circle, and now there's these other people that have way more.
Yeah, and that's
And
the
they're
thing, it's
like,
the
bro,
greed.
no,
Yeah.
you've got to give me this, and it'll become this.
Of course.
Talk to this guy, blah, blah, blah.
And this is where greed comes in.
Yeah.
And this is where greed that kind of stops a lot of things from happening. This is where I feel people stop, like people who finally reach that top position don't give back anymore because they can see how much more they can make. And also when it comes to, I
it's
can
different.
relax and do anything.
Once you buy
I
a
want to
$3 million apartment, and now you have to pay $25,000 a month on expenses, you're like, I don't even have that much
do.
money.
Yeah.
I'm paying like $25,000 a month on electricity for this crazy apartment.
Yes.
I'm paying like crazy petrol money now. I've got renting all these car spots. I'm flying first class. Like, I'm not even that rich. I need
Yeah.
to make more money. You guys don't know how hard it is.
Yeah. Of course.
But you guys ride your $4 Opel bus home. It
Yeah.
takes me like $100,000 to travel across the country.
Yeah.
Give me a break. I need some more money. Charity should give to the rich. People don't know how hard the rich have it. That's the fact.
And this is the scary thing. Is there a way to stop that? Because I feel that's just how the world is.
Yeah.
And
Definitely not.
there's no way to stop that.
Definitely not.
Because when you mention those sorts of things, like the guy who... It's like
all those-
5 million's enough.
Those wives that leave their like multi-millionaire husbands.
Oh, they might be the
They
ones.
claim like the reason they get more money, there's some law or something that you can't go back to the lifestyle.
You can't go back.
Because
and watch
once you've, like, even the court systems are like, well, they can't
Oh.
shop. They need a certain amount of income. They're used to that
Interesting.
lifestyle. You can't actually go back to being a normal person.
that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So you can't, let's start like driving the Opel bus, get a kebab at night.
Can't
and
just
live like
start
that
having
kid.
to, like, go grocery shopping and cooking when you've had a chef for the past
Yes.
20 years.
Yeah.
You don't even know what the new shopping thing is.
Is that a problem? Is that an actual problem
probably.
that no one should kind of get to those levels?
It's crazy. It's insanity.
Because what you mentioned,
That's
like
life.
the idea you live a different way now, and you see how much further you still have to go.
Yeah.
And then you further.
It's like those
further.
those emperors in like Rome.
Yeah.
It's just like the thing they would like spend $1 billion.
Yeah.
On like a marble room to have like buffets while their whole village is like starving to death.
Yeah.
It's just that. It's just insanity. It's just the hierarchy.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So even all these African like modern day, semi-modern day, like I don't know, like 80s to now, kings and like leaders who have just like sold out their whole countries, and they ride around in sports cars imported from Germany, and they're dripping in gold, and their country's starving, and they just don't care. So,
do you think that has to do with not having? Do you feel if you grew up having, you're never gonna have that intense desire?
I guess.
Like psychologically.
Yeah, there's that thing. It's like that's
Yeah.
why people in power who grew up rich don't desire money. All they desire is power. Because they grow like they don't need a Ferrari.
Yeah.
You're like, I had one when I was 16.
Yeah.
I got bored of that by the time I was 18.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was 18, I was like, I'm just gonna take a nice car and have my driver take me. I don't need to whiz around in my Ferrari.
Yeah, no, that makes
They've
sense.
had it. They don't need anything. What else would you desire besides power? You're like, now I actually want to rule people. So yeah.
Interesting. So there is always this thing. There's always something.
Something more.
There's always something more.
That's why Elon's trying to go to Mars. He's like, I actually want to maybe I want to start a new civilization.
Nothing's ever enough.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of like always want to question. I want to kind of be the one that be like the person who has the idea of there's a certain level of enough. Like there is enough for everyone.
So there's enough push-ups you can do in your life.
Yeah. I think there's enough. There's enough everywhere.
But I feel
you have to remember
think
that.
you'd disagree with that for push-ups. You could never do enough push-ups. Because then your body's got to go back to the old way. You can't be like, I've done all the push-ups, I'm a fit guy now. Because in a month, your body's going to go out of tune.
But there are enough push-ups. I think you can do 100 push-ups.
In a day, there's enough. But
Yeah.
in a lifetime, there never would be
No, but I'm
enough.
saying you can be staying at 100 push-ups and be in pretty good shape for the rest of your life. That is a possibility.
Right.
I don't know if it is, just like with capitalism and like... I don't even know, maybe with humans, maybe if you look at the animal kingdom, maybe there isn't that level of enough.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea that someone can just do 100 push-ups a day. Be content with that. This is the idea of Islam as well. When you go into Islam, there's the idea of not having any greed.
Yeah.
Being content with your situation. Being okay and at peace with getting by and just having enough. I feel there's something important about that I feel...
That Western society needs.
Yeah, even more than... And I don't know if it's impossible.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's a form of Islam, but then you look at
it's human
Dubai.
nature. It's like some guy riding around in a Tesla. He's got to pull over to the guy on his broken bike and be like, bro, chill out. You be happy with what you got. See you later.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Like, it's not, like, that's, yeah.
No, but what happens...
How could they be, like, your human nature would be like, well, that's not fair. Life's not fair.
Unless that guy with the broken bike never existed. With the idea of, I guess, universal basic income, you can have a situation...
So communism. Yeah.
I know, and I feel that's... I've always had this idea of
I wonder
communism.
if people
in
have
my
ever
head.
discussed this before.
And I wonder if they've ever discussed this before. But I do. I've
I'm
always
joking.
thought about
You
it.
knew I was
I
joking.
know exactly what you're joking. It's hilarious. Like and I've thought about it my whole life. Where I like this idea of communism, but I know that it's communism.
Yeah.
And it can't work. But it still kind of keeps on coming
Me
into
and
my
our
mind.
mother were just talking about this.
Oh really?
About the idea. We were just cruising through the east and just like marble houses out the wazoo.
Yes.
And we're just saying like it's disgusting or whatever. But then it's kind of that drive. It's like, what drive would you have if you didn't have the possibility to get that one day?
Interesting.
If it's like you're going to live in this apartment for the rest of your life.
Yes.
No matter what.
Yeah.
You're going to work this job at this time period, serving the community every single day till you die. Like, isn't that almost more true slavery?
That's very
Yeah.
true. That's very
But it's the
true.
idea that you are kind of free financially to do whatever you want. No one can hold you in. No one can force you to work a job. You can be a tradie. You can be an entrepreneur. You can invent a sock cream. You can
of course.
paint dots on piece of papers. You can invent a Powerade bottle holder.
Yeah.
Make a real good product. You can make a clean glasses. Like, make the little things that clean glasses.
Maybe that's what makes life exciting.
Yeah, it's like if you were stuck in a thing and there was no escape, that would kind of be true slavery.
That would be true slavery. Yeah, and that's why I know that communism doesn't work.
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that thinks...
But then capitalism could never work for... Like, could everyone have a sports car in a beautiful house?
I know, I don't
in
think...
a beautiful area?
Is it possible?
Every area can't be beautiful.
Yeah.
Could it? I don't know, maybe. I always think, like, can there be the perfect world where everyone is evenly distributed? There's enough space, surely. Everyone's evenly distributed across the land to have, like, a beautiful home.
Yeah.
With, like, a pool.
Is it Castle Hill, that sort of area? Windsor, Road, Kellyville, what is it,
everyone runs everywhere.
Yeah.
There's like a big, everyone's healthy. There's no McDonald's, there's no fast food. Beautifully cooked, organic, natural, amazing food everywhere of all cultures. Everywhere. Life's just perfect.
Yeah. Can that happen?
Can that be you can wear whatever you want without being judged.
I've seen that because the houses in Kellyville where they're all the same.
Yeah.
I think it's like the sample houses or whatever. Everyone has like a McMansion. Everyone has a two-story house and a pool and a nice
two-story
backyard.
house with a pool. Yeah, those, what are they called?
Yeah, there's and I've forgotten the word.
Yeah,
I've
like,
forgotten
what was
the
it,
word.
Mingara? I mean, not at Mingara, Tumby.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it? I don't know what it's called, and it has a name.
But we know.
We know what it's not about them. We know what it is.
Yeah.
But it's this, and it exists in Windsor, in Kellyville, that they have these houses. Everyone has the exact same house.
Yeah.
And there's the shop that everyone goes to. Everyone has a nice place.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that as a kid, and there was something exciting about it.
Yeah.
There's something about that I've always found exciting. And I don't know what it is.
Then at the same time, there's something that's scary and depressing about it.
You find it
and
very
dystopian.
scary. Yes.
Something very dystopian.
There's something that I don't know if my mind's changed. I've been a kid, and this is where this idea of communism that kind of goes in and out of my head is like, it's good, it's bad, but it's still good, and I still have these feelings. Maybe because you have to have a certain mindset for it to actually work.
Yeah.
And I don't think people do have that. I think it's only a certain group of people have that mindset. Most people are like you and would kind of see
I think people are just very artistic and individualistic. People don't want to be a clone and the same as everyone else.
Right. But if that means that we're all happy and we're all living in harmony, wouldn't that be the most beneficial thing? Because like, we're all here to help each other at the end of the day.
But people probably don't want I think people wouldn't like it if there was a peaceful world.
Yeah.
What would you talk about?
The weather.
That's literally all there would be to talk about. That's what would be so scary. If there was if everything, all rights were acknowledged and appreciated to the full utmost respect, there would be nothing to talk about besides the weather. You'd be like, bro, did you hear about... Oh, wait, no, actually, that's not even a thing anymore.
Dude, Ben Shapiro had the... Oh, no, that's not even a...
Did you about Rogan's TikTok?
Andrew Tate.
The war in... Oh, there's no war anymore. Is that new protest? Oh, the fires?
Did you hear what he said? No, that's not even.
The weather's good. It's always good, isn't it? Ever since the dome got put up. Every day's good. It's no rain. Yeah. That's a good circle.
That's
so
great.
world peace is probably the worst thing in the world. The last thing you would want is world peace.
But it's the best. And this is what I said, like, when it comes down to the small talk.
Yeah.
I think it's so important. Because I feel it represents a society.
That's crazy.
We have to embrace small talk.
Yeah.
We have to... Literally. There's something kind of beautiful about it. We have to start, like, practicing meditation.
Yeah, my phone's not work... Oh, no, all phones work perfectly now.
Did you hear about the new iPhone? No, we all have the same iPhone. There hasn't been in
perfectly, and we'll never have any errors.
Yeah.
I bought the sandwich and it was off. They're like, oh no, there's no such thing as off food anymore. Yeah. We fixed that.
Did you hear that Jerry died of diabetes? No,
people don't die anymore.
People don't die anymore.
They live forever. Did you hear Watsy had a baby? You'd be like, no, people don't give birth anymore. It's too painful. It's made in the lab. You just go pick up your child. And they're perfect. Your child's perfect. It will never have an issue.
What are the genetic things? The
DNA.
Where you
perfect DNA.
Yeah, the perfect DNA.
And they'll make it just like you and just the perfect.
Every child's like 6'5".
Yeah.
Just
healthy,
like,
athletic.
Perfect. Yeah, healthy,
fully
athletic.
grown beard.
Yeah.
Confident. Charismatic. Ambitious.
Gives back. Empathetic.
A listener.
All kind of programmed to bring society forward and see the progress of society for us to be happier. What ways can we make this better? That's the only goal.
I'm sure there'd be like such a big rebellion inside as well. Then they're like, we don't go outside the gate to the other people. That'd be a good movie.
That'd be a really.
And
good
the other
movie.
people, it's just like
Andrew Tate's ruling the world.
It's just like
Joe
what's
Rogan's.
his name? Yeah, it's just horrible.
They just start killing
it's like
people.
there's a slaughter, and then Alex Jones like it's not even real. They're all paid actors. Be like, really, man? Maybe we should Google that.
But yeah, like there is something beautiful about that, and the only goal is
About
how can I make this
the
better?
chaos.
No, about the peace. Like, how can we make this better?
There's something so scary about the peace. I feel like it'd be horrible.
I don't think so, because what the thing is, people have the goal to help
But I
themselves.
guess they wouldn't even know horrible. Like, after a few generations, you wouldn't even know how bad it used to be.
But what can you do to make the world better? That's the only thing that the goal would be. They're all living in, like, Kellyville. Everyone has a nice house. Everyone's kind of got this perfect DNA child.
Yeah.
And all these DNA children are like, how can we make this better? What could we do? What could we do? We could do this. We could do that.
Yeah.
And just have conversations.
But I guess it would be if it's perfect, there's nothing to do better. It's already
No, there always is. There's always more that can be done. Always. Because what happens, you just go into the environment and you be like, oh dang, okay, how are we going to change emissions? Okay, we're going to change with the force.
But I'm talking about everything's perfect. There's every emissions.
There's no such thing as perfection. There's always more to do.
Oh, well, then that society could never be...
No, but it does exist. It exists. Everything's basically... I think it changes when the goals change.
Yeah.
If everyone has the goal to make the world better, there's always going to be more to do.
Yeah.
There's going to be a way that we can kind of make the... And I'm talking about every single element. How can people have more pleasure?
Yeah.
Like, let's say we have the paper straws and the paper forks, but people don't really enjoy using that.
Yeah.
What sort of material can we construct to make this better?
Plastic.
No, but it's a form of plastic that isn't going to hurt the environment. And then what happens? People are in these factories and they have like great work-life balance. They work for like 3 hours a day. And it's like, no, I just really like the task. Just something to focus on for 3 hours. And I go out and like play my sport game. I make music. I'm going to this concert later tonight. I'm working on my own little thing. Jealousy exists, but there's like intervention and you can see psychologists to help you deal with
jealousy.
Yeah, you can take the jealousy pills. You understand what jealousy is because you have conversations about it.
Yeah.
And people understand what it takes to get to a certain level. Everyone's really humble. Be like, yeah, I really worked hard. And then people also would appreciate hard work.
Yeah.
As well. And it would just be that. It would be like, this guy, Michael Jackson, is so great because he works so hard and we support him. We can also work hard. We're going to go see him perform tonight.
Michael Jackson.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this Michael Jackson type in this world.
What are we on?
Yeah, we've been going for a while. Yeah, the perfect. I think you're getting bored of this perfect world.
I am getting bored.
I do think this perfect world's great, and
up to the unperfect world. I prefer it.
You like the unperfect world? I don't like the unperfect world. I think it's dangerous. And I'm going to keep that. Anyway, peace. Nice.